And it says we are broadcasting.
Yes, it does say that. Hasn't started up yet on my other device, but that doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a delay.
Yeah. Hello, people. This is Peg and Chelsea coming to you live from Art Joyous Sharing. That is a Facebook group. We stream every Thursday, 10:30 Central Standard Time. And if you're catching this later, this was a live broadcast, and we do keep it up on YouTube. So those who are working or not able to join us live can see the broadcast. And yes, Laura, you have 4 stars. Hi, Barb. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Marie. Hi, Ela. And hello, Shell.
Hi. Did you get everyone? Ela, Laura, Marie?
I tried. There's Cindy coming in. Hi, Cindy.
Okay. Today we're talking about how to get started, how to start a mixed media project, or ideas of ways to get your creativity and mojo flowing. And so we're just going to kind of wing it. At least I am. Peg might have a plan, but I'm just going to use one of these Canva boards, which is like a heavyweight board with a canvas texture. They come in a little thing like this, and I cut this one off, but you could just leave them attached. I just figured I wanted it off. So a good thing to use if you want to make some art that's maybe mixed media forward with lots of layers. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to layer today.
Cool.
Probably try to finish something maybe. But you could just get started either way.
But, you know, if it doesn't get finished, it doesn't get finished. And mine may not get finished. I'm going to grab a cup here because I don't really have a plan, but I wanted to play with a few things. I've got this. I was watching Patty Parrish. She was using these Chinese inks. And the cool thing about these is that it has multicolors. Like this is a golden black. So you see on the picture, it's got gold in the middle and black on the outside. I've also got one. Let me reach up here. I've got one that's like a silver black. I think because I'm doing fish, I'm going to use the gold and see what I can get with this. So it says to shake, and I'm sure all of that gold settles out in the bottom somewhere. And I'm going to grab a brush to work with somewhere.
I can't get my gesso open.
Oh, no.
I need one of those, gripper things.
Yeah.
What I need to do is put Vaseline on the rim. If you put Vaseline on the rim and then wipe it each time, it should be fine. And this won't happen. But apparently I didn't. And I can't get, there we go. Stupid stuff. How dare you?
So I think I might have gotten one of these brushes with some of this ink. I don't know. They have different brushes and things too. So, but what I wanted to show you is, you know, we're talking about building blocks today. And so I started out this morning. We were here early. And I started out this morning with some different panels. Right now, I've just got a tissue paper that I used a Stencil Girl image from Gwen LaFleur, and put these little koi fish down. And I had started with this. This is a piece of clay board that I was getting my backer stuff going on because I'm going to layer things on here. But, you know, that's part of building up when you're working with things like this. I like working on gessoed board, clay board, all of those types of surfaces. Clay board's fun because it's got a clay coat on it and you can scratch into it. So if you like doing that sgraffito technique, it's kind of fun for that. But what I was doing, these are the panels. What I was doing was starting off with a stencil. And this one started off where I just took several different stencils. Let me show you which ones I had out here. Took several different stencils and used portions of them as my building blocks on here. You know, there's a, let's see, it's probably going this way. Use portions of this to build a design. And, you know, I used a portion of this to, you know, get some other parts. I used a portion of this to get some line work in here. So, you know, you can combine different stencils and different shapes to build your block. So that's where I started from with this one. And then once I've got a design started on here, I can start to paint. And I can use my paints. I'm actually working with DecoArt Media Paint today. These are fluid acrylic paint, and I just have an assortment of colors out here. I'm in the blue, green, browns today. Don't know why, just that's my mood, I guess. I should get out something golden for that goldfish, but you know, as I'm working with these colors, let me get this, is a primary cyan. I've got my, I just got a paper palette here with those things out to use. And it doesn't take very much, you know, with this stuff, really takes a drop of paint. It is very fluid and fills up fast. So I'm just gonna, you know, as I'm looking at this piece and I have my design, I'm just going to start painting in. And it doesn't really matter what kind of design you're doing. This one happens to be geometric. But you see I'm working with the fish, so you can do animals. I have another one that I started this morning that was from Pam Carricker stencil. And it happens to be a face. It was a mashup stencil between Pam and Mary Beth Shaw. And so they both designed this particular stencil. And so you can see, you can just take your time and put your colors in here and build your design. One of the things that I like to do, because I'm using a Jerry's Artorama pencil, this is water soluble. So like if I put some pencil down and I want to blend that out a little bit, I can, you know, use that for shadowing too, because I can pick up, where was I? I can pick up my blue and pull some of that dark in. On my piece and get a thicker or thinner line, get more of a gray tone. That was pretty wet. Okay, that's pretty wet. Get more of a gray tone in here.
Congratulations, Sybil. She got a better job, so she won't be visiting us as much, but
Oh, well, yay for the better job.
yes.
Okay, so you can see that you can do some shading and things with that. So here's the piece that I started from the Pam Carricker stencil. This is the mashup stencil. Let me see if I got a dark something I can put behind it and show you guys. There's the stencil, and it's got, I like this design up here. There, she made this design in a smaller pattern too. So if you want a repeating pattern, you can go find those other stencils. And then I also like this piece down here, but then there's Pam Carricker's face in there. So you can see I started with the face portion of that, and I'm just starting to add some of the color into that face. Hey, Jane Jones.
So for my first layer after gesso, I'm applying some paint with a old gift card. This is a lot of fun, and it's a good way to start if you've got something blank and just want to get some color on there. You could also use it with a stencil and just scrape your card through the stencil, but I didn't grab a stencil. I'm just making kind of a grid-like pattern, going from dark to light with some Dina Wakley acrylic, because I just really like this paint. And just scraping it on, writing it onto the card, and then scraping. And it just gives me a layer of color to begin with. A lot of my art and a lot of my ways of thinking about art have to do with color. It's just who I am. And so it's giving me a color palette to work off of by picking some different paints and getting them on the canvas board.
So I'm putting a piece of watercolor paper behind this because it's probably going to flow right through. And I want to wet this a little bit first. So I've got, I don't know if you guys have seen these misters. This is one that I got off of Amazon. And they use it like in hair salons, but it's a real fine mist. And I like it a lot. So, you know, it's got more of a continuous spray and a real fine mist.
Oops, not staying centered.
And I'm just going to blot that a little bit because I don't want it real wet. I just want it wet. And then we shall see if I can get what I'm thinking I might get out of this. You know, this is, you know me, I experiment live.
Yep. Why not? Okay.
So I'm going to pick up some of this ink and see what happens if I put it down on that wet paper. See if what happens is as it dries, typically as it dries, the gold shows up. So we'll see if it'll work on this paper. You know, sometimes it's the surface you're working on. Sometimes it's, you know, how well you've mixed the product. We don't know. We don't know how this is going to work. I'm just going to play and see what happens. See if I get a goldfish.
Okay. So my quiet heat tool, which is my newer one, my Heat It tool from Ranger, I was using it a couple days ago and it lit on fire.
Oh no.
It literally just combusted. So I had this
Wow.
louder one and I'm not sure how loud it is.
It'll be all right.
I don't know if I'm going to need to mute or not. But.
It's a live show. I think everybody understands
I'm going to
what
have
we
to buy
go
another
through.
Heat It tool. I mean, it's hardly even, it's like a year old and it just lit on fire. I don't get it.
I've heard that some of the newer ones are not as well manufactured as the older. The one I have, I've had for probably 20 years, and it's worked fine. But you know, nowadays manufacturing is not what it used to be. They don't always have quite the same quality control. So I'm not looking at the chat because I kind of got my tongue in cheek as I'm trying to paint this out. I don't see a lot of the gold though. So I'm
So that's
hoping that as it dries.
see how easy that is to just get some color on there, get started, and then you can move on to your next layers. That's the way you do it with mixed media.
Okay, Rennie, she's taking the
The mother-in-law to the doctor.
yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to her, and she was talking about how she lives in a community that has like all the services. It's a Del Webb retirement community.
Yeah.
All the services are just right there.
Oh, that's cool.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, they're building more and more of those. I mean, like when I was down in Raleigh, I was in some of those districts where everything is provided. You know, they build the new homes and then all the grocery, the dentist, the doctor, everybody is right there in that community. So you don't really have to go outside of the community to find
Yeah.
the services that you need. And I think that's very handy.
Yep, that's the type of place she lives. She moved to Arizona from some other state and was able to move into a place like that. You have to be a certain age to live there.
Yeah.
Those type of ones, but
Well,
not
that's
just
fine.
nice.
You know, then you don't hear the kids running up and down the hall when you're trying to sleep at night.
Yeah, it'd be nice to just not have to go outside of, have everything so close you could almost walk to it.
Yeah. Well, and like those ones in Florida where everybody's just got a golf cart.
Uh-huh.
They go down to the center of town on their golf cart.
Yes, she has a golf. There's golf carts there where she is at too. It's like, it would just be super nice. So you guys know me. My second layer is going to be collage. Are you surprised?
Not really, but it is a building layer, so hey.
It's not surprising it would be collage, though, is it?
We know about building blocks, yes.
This looks like sandpaper. It's not. It's painty paper, but it looks like sandpaper, I swear. Doesn't it? Look like a piece of used sandpaper.
Yeah, it does kind of.
Kind of funny. I like that color.
Hi, Deborah. Good morning.
Listen here. This color. Bit of napkin.
Yeah, Jane says she'd be surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah. I like to collage, people. That's just life. Collage is life.
Collage is fun.
I think we have a whole show of collage coming up, don't we?
We do.
Good. Good. That's the way I like it.
Yeah.
For some reason, I seem to be pulling out the greens. That's interesting. Greens. Maybe a little bit of blue. I'm winging it, so, you know, whatever. It just comes out. It just comes out.
Yeah. No, I'm wondering, you know, this doesn't seem to be doing exactly what I thought it might do. I'm wondering if I need to spritz it again to get it to wick out. I'm going to end up collaging. I'm going to cut these out. It isn't even soaking through this paper very much. So maybe that's the paper. I should have used like more of a rice paper or something. Just saying. Because this is some of that deli. Maybe I'll get some rice paper out. See what effect, because this has all got to dry. But while it's drying, I'm going to get that sprayer out and I'm going to spritz it and see if it'll wick. Oh yeah. So let me set that one aside and let me get some rice paper. And then we'll see how this dries down.
Just vacuumed the floor and now I'm dumping little pieces of paper on it. I keep missing the garbage. Trying to get this place cleaned up. It's not working out so much.
Well, I didn't lay my hands on rice paper, but I have this Daiso calligraphy paper. Let's give that a try. See what it does. It's probably more absorbent than that other stuff.
I don't know.
And then we can see the differences. This is kind of cool. It has lines in it, kind of like what do they call that stuff? Onion skin. You guys remember onion skin? Let me give this a try. The whole sheet.
I really do need to use up some of this stuff. It's getting too full.
Oh, I need a sip of coffee. How about you? Anybody else having coffee? It's been a long week, folks. I moved my studio around again, but I'm thinking I like this setup better than what I had before. Because I'm not staring at a wall. And in the middle of all of that, we had stuff down at the VA, tests and stuff to run for Ron. So it's like, okay, I spent one whole day down there. I spent 2 days moving furniture. Been a long week. Okay, so back to this. I'm going to take my stencil. And I'm just You know, I got the ink out. Why don't I just do it with the ink? What do I have? Got a dauber here. Let's just do it with the ink.
My water bottle's empty. This is not good. How am I supposed to squirt if my water bottle's empty?
I don't know. How do you squirt?
Very carefully, apparently.
You probably need one of these fancy squirters.
Oh, I do. I'm very jealous of your fancy squirters.
It's like, well, you know, I did the step up originally. I got that one from Ranger because I used to have all of those Judikins ones and they just didn't hold enough water for me, you know, because I use a lot of water. And so I had the little fine mist ones from Judikins. And oh no, that's not bad. I wonder if I spritz that, what'll happen. Shall we see?
I think we shall.
Let me drop this in the water. And get my fancy spritz. See if this will bleed out and be gold. Where's my gold? What do you guys think? You think it's just not going to work on this paper? Do you think it's just maybe not mixed enough? I shook it up. Maybe they didn't put enough gold in this bottle. No coffee yet. Oh, gotta have coffee. Wiki Wiki is right, Laura. Rise and shine. Yeah, see, it's wicking here. Didn't do much here. Maybe there wasn't enough down. But I'm not really seeing the gold effect. All right. I am totally disappointed. Well, maybe we need to try the silver. See if the silver's any better, huh?
Maybe it just takes it a while to dry.
Well, I'm sure it will, you know, because this other one's still back here soaking wet too. So we'll set this one aside. And as long as we're doing this, we might as well keep doing it. Get some more paper out here. Maybe I'll just keep trying different papers too. This is stuff from Daiso. What else have I got? That.
So there are some people out there in the world, and there might be some watching right now, who do not understand mixed media. Yes, I'm covering up the first layer. If you liked it, well, it's changing. I get people commenting on my videos a lot. It's like, oh, well, why did you do that? Why did you change it? Because the whole point was that you're building and building and building and building. And the way that you do that is to add layers of different products and different textures and different interests until you decide you're done. The number one question being, how do you decide you're done? And I don't know the answer. You're just done when you're done. That's how it works.
Yeah, I did shake it, Shelley. Not sure what's going on with that. I'm gonna try. So when you say plain paper, what kind of plain paper?
Maybe she means just text weight paper.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Mm.
Margelle said she used it, so I'm anxious to see how her stuff is turning out. Because I thought this was the coolest stuff ever. See, now this is the Yasutomo Hanshi paper. And I'm going to try it with the silver. Mixing cup. It'd be nice if I had a clean one. I haven't been good about cleaning stuff out.
Oh, need some more yellows and reds.
There we go. Yeah, you hear that? That's the rattle she's talking about.
Rattle, rattle, rattle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the ball that's rattling in there. Of course, it gets stuck. We'll keep on trying. Yeah, I hear it too. So it's definitely mixing. So let's try the silver and see if we have better results with that. I am going to put another piece of watercolor paper behind just so that it isn't soaking through and making a mess. And get my stencil. Yeah. Let's try this. Shall we? That is really wet. Okay, I'm doing this one on the dry paper. And I do see the silver. So what happens if we wet it first? Let's see. If it bleeds out more. Oh, that's cool. Okay, can you guys see the silver? Where am I? Where's my camera? Over there.
Hi, Beck.
You guys see the
Hi,
silver in that?
Marnell. I guess we missed some people rolling in. Hi, Cindy. because I'm not looking up. I'm just looking down.
Well, I think Becky just kind of got here. I don't think she's been here that long. You guys see the silver? Isn't that cool? Okay, so I'm excited. I see the silver, and that's on this Yasatomo paper. So let's try it. Let's go back to the gold.
Right there. What do I need? I don't know. Some of this pink, maybe.
I'm gonna keep these separated so I know what's what. Let's do what did I do with that gold cup? Here we go. All right, I'm going to shake it up again.
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
I'm going to shake that devil out of it. Sybil says, yes, she sees the silver. Yay.
Yay.
I want to see gold. If that's not shaken enough, I don't know what is.
Hey, 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 hey. None of that.
Gonna clean out my little sponge. And give it another try. Nope, it's blowing bubbles at me. Must be shaken. It's blowing bubbles. Get some of that off of there.
So I think if I never had any responsibilities to anything and I just wanted to mess around, this is what I would do all day. I kind of feel like this is my jam.
I think it is.
I just really enjoy just sitting here.
Oh my golly. I think I see gold.
You can see gold.
I think I see gold.
So did it just take some time for it to dry down?
No, I don't think it was mixing well enough before or something, or maybe the paper had something to do with it. Because
Huh.
this is definitely different. All right, I'm gonna have to try it on some more papers. You know? But when I'm doing koi fish, I want them gold, I don't want them silver.
I would agree with that. Koi fish is
Oh yeah, I see gold. And it isn't even dry yet. You guys see that? Where are we? There we go.
dark, 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 dark.
Oh, I'm wobbling. I'm wobbling. There, you see the gold reflect? So, Let's just do it right on the watercolor piece and see what happens with that. Because you would think that the black would absorb in and leave the gold on the watercolor paper.
Yeah, that's what you would think. The ink would soak into the fiber. And you'd be left with just gold. But who knows? Sounds like weird stuff.
It's definitely different. It's going to take a minute to dry. But I do see gold. Interesting. So, yeah, from that, I would say probably not. There's a little bit of gold in this one, but probably not mixed well enough, because even with the water, it didn't move out. So, like if I use water on this one, where is it? I use water on this one. And let it bleed out a little bit. What happens? Of course, it's watercolor paper, so it wants to buckle.
Of course.
Ah, Cindy says there's gold in them there hills. Yeah, it's there. This is kind of cool because it looks kind of like water flowing out. So like if you use some watercolors on top of this, this could end up being a pretty cool piece. Okay, that's got to dry. I think I'll let it run a little more. Okay. Those are dry. So I have my little. See how much gold is coming out of this now? It's like it's all gold. Where'd the black go? All right. There is a trick to this, guys. I'm saying there has to be a trick to this to get both the black and the gold to show. And I just haven't mastered it. Because I'm really not seeing the much of the black in that. Anyway, we probably spent enough time on that junk. Where's my koi fish? Here he is. So I just started with a background with some primary cyan. And I had this little stencil from Mary Beth Shaw. It was one of the club stencils from 2014 to do some little bubbly things here. And I really really wanted that. I might end up putting one of those goldfish on top eventually. With the tissue once it dries down, just to get that effect. But I'm going to come back to my stencil now. Where's his whiskers? Come on. Not lining up quite right here.
Where's the scissors? I need to cut that. Stiff manila cardstock doesn't want to collage down very well. Ever.
Yeah, right. Definitely want something lighter weight.
I use it all, but
Yeah.
I would say that it's kind of a pain in the butt to collage down these hard papers. What else can I find in my stack of weird stuff? Always got lots of weird stuff. I like that. That's nice. Just get a bit of that yellowy green down in here.
All right. You do have a lot going on there, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to dry this.
I think I'm pretty happy with my collage there. I think I like it. That's the way. I like it. Suppose I should clean up some of this mess at some point, but not right now. Now, I've been drinking my tea. What
Yep,
do we
drink
want
that tea.
Well, I did have a couple other things I wanted to add.
I think my coffee's on the cold side now.
Very graphic pieces. Like these. Maybe would be nice just here and there. I don't know what else I have in here. Maybe a W.
I'll sprung a leak.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Just throw some of those on there real quick. It's just like a little bucket of extra letters. There's probably some numbers in there. I don't know. There's sometimes fun to add to these layers. Hey, I just lost one. Landed right on the dog. You have a W on you, Mika. Do you even know? So you get that. Thank you. No, you can stay there. You're fine. You don't have to get up. Now she's like, oh, party time.
Yeah, what's going on? I want to do some fun. My poor Marley, you know, I was visiting the kids in Florida, and poor Marley is getting so old. I mean, he was awake long enough to eat, drink, go outside to the restroom, and come back in. And the rest of the time, he just slept. It's like, you poor old guy, you just, you know, day is too tough for you. So I'd look down, and he was always, you know, tucked right in under my feet.
Yeah, that's where she just was, and now she's up. She has a little cushy bed thing down underneath the desk. She was hanging out, but now she's like, yeah, apparently there's something going on that I'm missing.
This is that green gold
Ooh, nice color
from Deco Art. I love this color.
I think that's a favorite of a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Got it backwards, yes. That's probably enough letters.
I'm going to add a little bit of the dazzling metallics here.
Oops, my R. Get back on there.
I've got a rich espresso and a splendid gold. Hey, Shelly Carlson.
Okay, let's move on. Get some space here. And all these bits and pieces in the cart. How about some, what do I want to do next? Stencils, I think. So we'll bring back out the colors. What do we got here? Come on, come out. What have we got interesting? Oh, I like that. Let's try that to start with. And I need a sponge of some sort. What do I want? Maybe I want a brush. Just get a little bit of this pattern in the very darkest color because I want it to go dark to light and cool to warm. So this color is called Night, and it is a great color.
So I think I'm going to let that dry down a little bit, but I'm going to add some ink, you know, because I can. What do I want here? I'm going to use, what's something brighter than that? Let's get, manganese. See if this is dark enough. I don't know if it will
Welcome,
be.
Peggy.
Hi,
Hey,
Peggy.
Kelly. People still rolling in.
Yep. I just want to put a little depth on the edges here with that ink. So I'm going to start with this one. It's very similar to the primary cyan that I used in the background. But I want to blend that in a little bit. A little bit.
Let me get back in there.
Yeah. Okay, so now I want to go a little darker. So I'm going to grab the cobalt. I'm really disappointed in these. I thought these were going to be the next thing from sliced bread. These are those scrapbook.com. I liked these versus what Ranger had come out with, because Ranger just has the flat sides and these are domed, but the foam is so cheap that it just shreds. So
That's a bummer.
I hope they improve the foam on that, because I'd really like to be able to recommend these. But so far they do not have the PEG seal of approval. trying to build up my layers there. And finally, just a hint of the black. But you know, I have to have it on the very edge. Okay, so the gesso actually did what I wanted it to. It's given it a raised or textural appearance there. Where am I? Where am I? There. Raised or textural. I got two cameras going here, guys. I have to figure out which one I'm shooting to. Bye, Sybil. And now it's time to go back to our pieces and see what we've got here. Let's cut this out and see what we have. See if I can find a clean pair of scissors. That's the next thing I need to do is clean all my blades on my scissors.
Oh yeah, me too. Well, mine are all so sticky and gross.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that. Now all my stencils are off their thing, and I gotta thread them back on there. And I don't know where the thing went. I don't know. There it is. All right, we'll get to that later. What do I want to do next? Probably need a focal point. Am I prepared to draw something right now? How much time do we have left?
Let's see. We've got about half hour.
Half hour? I guess I am then. Let's find a pencil. What do I want? I don't know.
Oh, I keep shifting. Keep on shifting.
I did not prepare with any reference material either. No, what do I want?
Suggestions from the crowd.
Suggestions from crowd. Probably something like maybe a vase and some flowers or something might be good. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling flowers.
Well, then I guess it'll be flowers.
Yeah. Flowers. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I was feeling fish. Don't ask me why. That's one of the things, you know, when we go to the zoo and stuff, we always love to go get the little bit of fish food and feed the fish. They're so pretty.
Maybe a bird. Bird might be
Oh,
nice.
bird would be good.
You know, I'm feeling spring, you know?
Yeah. Bird would be good. Thanks, Peggy.
Actually, since I saw an interesting bird just this morning, right out the window.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, when we were hanging, waiting for the time to go by.
Yeah, it's a little early for spring birds here. We're still getting the chickadees and the woodpeckers and the nuthatches. And what else do we have here? Oh, the juncos. Definitely winter birds. Okay, so there's our koi. And I just need a medium. Let's see what I got here. Oh, I got a decoupage mat. It's going to take away our shiny, but that's okay because I'm putting a layer over the top of this. Maybe I should find a gloss. Maybe. I know I have a gloss. Oh, yeah. Gloss it is. And I need a glue brush. Here we go. If you have trouble getting things to seal down, remember to coat both surfaces, the surface you're applying things to and the piece you're gluing down, and then you can always spritz it with a little water too, and that helps get the bond between the two. Tips I learned, I think, from Mary Beth Shaw when I was taking classes with her. It's a good tip. Oops. Yeah, it was too rough. It's okay. He just has more scales. More scales.
Well, let's see how that goes. All right, I'm going to do some, I call it exclusion, but some people call it other things. What color do I want to do it with? Let's start out with some cobalt teal hue, which apparently doesn't open.
Oh, pardon me.
Where's that quinacridone? There it is, some quinacridone gold. And I think up at the top, I'm gonna do, I also need some water. And maybe right. Maybe a little white gesso too. I'll just get out a little bit of dab of, if I can open it. Dab of gesso. Little dab will do ya. Start up here. Exclude a little bit of this. But I don't want to completely obliterate it. I just want to tone down. And that's when the water comes in, because some of this paint's a little bit opaque. And it's drying really quickly, so we must be having a dry day today. And as we go out, I want to make it a little bit darker on the edges.
Sorry, guys. There's a bit of glare off of that. just adding a little gold to get that shimmer going again. Whoops. What did I drop? Oh, yeah, I dropped my heat tool. Heat tool.
Huh?
Got it all wrapped around my leg. Oh, good grief. Did I mention I rearranged everything? Yeah. This is all part of rearranging. You have to figure out how this stuff works now.
Yes, definitely. I have a feeling I'm not going to get this piece done today.
Well, that happens.
Mm,
I'm not finishing up any of these either, but I am giving it my best shot.
I like to get things done.
Thank you guys. Yes, I need all the blessings I can get.
Down here. Can't see my own dang lines. Pencil's not dark enough.
What is dang? Sorry, guys. Oh. What am I going to use there? Let's get our favorite. We all know what that is.
gotten very quiet.
I'm drawing. I get quiet when I draw. How about you?
Yeah, I'm painting and I'm trying to find my lines. So yeah, I'm getting kind of quiet.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. And they're quiet too because the last thing was they were blessing me after I sneezed. So it's not just us. So what have you guys been working on? What kind of art have you been doing lately? Tell us. Have you been working on any of the water soluble stuff like we've been doing in the group? I know Margelle did. I know Laura did. Trying to think who else has contributed some watercolor stuff.
I did a little bit of watercolor stuff the other day.
Yep, you did. And it's not just watercolor, it's water soluble this month. Last month was more watercolor. This month is water soluble. So anything, of course, I didn't do water soluble today, but you know, I was in a different
No, me
mood.
neither. We don't have to.
No. I did do some watercolor while I was gone on vacation. So that counts, right?
Yep. I haven't really been able to do much of anything lately, but
Yeah.
I'm trying. I just got responsibilities.
Yep. You sure do.
Mm.
Yes, do we all.
Yep.
Been one of those kind of months, guys.
I don't foresee it changing anytime soon, so
Yeah.
it's just gonna be what it is. I get things done when I get them done. Oops, sorry, Nathan. I mean to drop a painty rag on your head. Poor dog. She gets painty rags dropped on her head.
Yeah.
I can't really see my bird's legs. I think I'm gonna need a smaller brush to get in there. All right.
Okay. A little white highlight.
All right. Quinacridone going over here. Here's some water soluble India ink. There you go.
Wow, water soluble India ink.
Yeah.
Who knew?
It's water soluble till it dries.
Well, that's true.
And it's not anymore.
I wonder, how much time have I got? Oh, just 2 minutes. Okay. Maybe not going to do that. So we are winding down here.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my piece is not even close to done, so.
Well, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking when I started with 3 different pieces this morning, right?
You were thinking you wanted to do something, but you weren't sure what.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what. That's right. So anyway, it's all about building blocks and, you know, building up layers and, you know, creating.
Yep.
I like the way your bird's coming along, though.
It'll be a pretty cool piece when it's done, I think.
Yeah. I think all these pieces will be all right. It's just, you know, I got kind of sidetracked with that whole ink experiment. I got to quit doing experiments on the show. I need to
Well, you
figure
know,
stuff
it's just how you work. I mean, if you're curious and it's a good time and you know you have a set time that you're going to be here, you might as well experiment.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I do that. I do play around.
Because who knows, you know, with the way the life is, who knows when the next time you will have to experiment with that.
Right.
It's best to just do it when you want to do it.
That's true.
Looks like we inspired some people and they're going to go to their studios, so that's good. That's what we're
always
here
good.
for.
It's always good when you know, break out the products and put them to work.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, that's how I learn for sure. I just play. You know, it's always, for me, it's always about experimentation and play and trying different things out, different substrates, different products, you know. So I want to bid you all a pleasant day, and we shall see you next week with another live show.
Yep.
So
we do it.
thanks for sharing with us, and we look forward to seeing you guys again. Bye.
Bye-bye.